Hello there, my beautiful moonlight ravens. What is up? How is it hanging? Is everything okay? Welcome to my channel, all of you. Those of you who are new, I am Raven from South Norway, sending from the little town called Arendal in a smaller place called Lennes. And in a smaller place on Lennes again called the Forest Star Road. Doesn't that cling well? What? So I thought we're going to do a general read. We just had a read now. That was more on the dramatic three-dimensional place regarding a possible relationship that is going all directions that may probably make more sense to some of you out there than to me. Okay. So what I'm doing now is that I'm cooking up your vibes, your general vibes for those of you who are connected to this channel, for those of you who are considering to connect to this channel, because not only do we do some gossip reads now and then, I want you to increase your awareness, to become more wise ass, basically, to gain more knowledge. I have no clue why these cards turned out so curly and weird. These are the Dungeons and Dragons cards, and I probably should have chosen some cards that are more like woohoo. So they are going to be our helpers along with Louise Royot. It's called The Labyrinth, actually. And if we have some side questions here, we have basically a lot to choose between. So right now we are going to have a look at your development regarding your ascension, your vibrational level, and what you need to do in order to increase your manifestation powers. Do you have to go to a new rite of passage? Probably, we all have. I will try to tweak it into becoming as esoteric as possible for those of you who want more than just, does he or she love me? Will I win money on Monday? Those are the things you can manifest, my loves. You can manifest those things. Okay? So we're going to be above that. We're going to give a fuck about it because that is below you. You are on the throne, and below you is that kingdom you think you want, but it's really below your foot. So let's get started and have fun and see where you are in your development right now. You're going to use more than one card, but follow Celtic Cross rules. So there is one of you, minimum one of you, who really have the power of fire, the power of it's a form of psychic control that I see here. Was it an ace? Yeah, this is Ace of Strength. So you could probably compare it perhaps to both the sword and the wand. I would also go as far and say you can compare it also to stones or pentacles in one way, because they are clearly connected to earth. In so many ways, these cards are a little bit complicated, because in order to manifest something that this guy does here, you also need emotions. That is one of the ingredients you need to manifest something like this. You need to have your pineal gland fully aware. You need to be fully aware. You need to go from remove yourself from the false self into the observer, and you to accumulate a lot of emotions. What kind of emotions they are, but they are extremely strong. And your vibrations, they need to raise them. You need to be above gossip and slandering and people who does this and does that, because that is their false self and therefore their problem. But you can go out as a problem and see, you know what you can do? If you take control of that crap, gossip and all those things, you can actually become a master of the elements. So there. I love that card. It really does fascinate me a lot. Okay, so what else? So this is different messages for some of you. Not all of you are on that level. I cannot certainly not shoot fire out of any, openings from my body at all. But it sometimes really feel, because some of the things that happen in this world, try to figure out that your eyes and your senses, they are like this narrow, and they are supposed to pick up an eternity of what is really around you, right? So if this is something that takes place around you somewhere, most of you wouldn't be able to pick it up. That's why I want you to start your training on your opening regarding your pineal gland and all these things. So here we have the World card. There is some kind of celebration here. Perhaps this is your vacation. So you get a little bit time off. You can think about nothing at all. Be in the world of the third dimension. Be among people you don't like. You pretend you like them. But you're above all that. You're above all that. Because now you are in a stage where you see the full self. And you are able to depict or separate the false self from the true you. And who is the true you? Could you please comment below? Who is the true you? Have you watched the movie Samadhi yet? Should be clear by now. I've been talking about this many times. Seems to me that some of you are moving fast ahead. You seem quite independent and you're taking charge. And if you're a woman taking charge of that kind of boat full of pirates or whatever it is, that's very cool. We used to be the Nordic pirates once in the name, but we never stopped being Nordic pirates, do we? Because we are a little bit like Robin Hood. We are messing up for the rich people. So all the resources that's been stolen from normal people, regular people, for about, I don't know how many years, 6,000 years, 12,000 years, can go back to the people one day. But so far that is a little bit difficult, because most people, they have their brain stuck inside a screen, right? So, just for fun, let me check here. I should have taken they are right behind me, so it's not that bad. Should have taken the Lemurian cards. Just let's see what These have to say about this. So here you come out as King of Fire. King of Fire is elevated in Neptune. Usually he's ruled by the sun. Yes, it's a Leo. It's a Leo. Let's give me a roar. Okay? So when all this is elevated and you feel, you have full control of the Leo energies, you come from being a self-centered sun kind of energy or person into someone who are basically full on Christ consciousness. That is how hard that is. It is a tough road. It is a tough road for sure. Now we are going to have a look at what is it that you need to work on. Is it your pineal gland that is trolling you? Is it your aggressive behavior? Is it you not accepting? Are you not forgiving yourself? Okay, what I can say is that some of you are a little bit materialistic. This is my money. And, let's just say that this dragon is a very, very large ego protecting all the material items and the treasures you have been gathering over the years. Oh yes, this is a problem. Because if you're going to evolve into a consciousness that is resonating with the 5-dimensional consciousness or vibration, you cannot give a shit about what exists in 3D. I'm sorry, but you got to let that go. You need to detach from it. I can teach you today. I think I gave away a really good chunk of my silver mine. But let's not get ahead of us. Let's have a look. What is this page of intelligence? I really compare her a little bit with the Page of Wands. Someone who are curious, sneaking around, a little bit of a ninja. This one is quite the cyberpunk, so she also built stuff that can be quite handy for you. So this is someone that shows that some of you could show signs of immaturity. Remember, this is a collective read, so this is not one person, okay? This is a collective read. So not all of you are obsessed with riches, okay? So some of you could be dealing with someone who are a bit immature, who are keeping an eye on absolutely everything you do. Social media. They're very intelligent, very young, they're very promising. But can you get them to identify themselves with the observer and the spirit rather than the false self? Some of you have a little bit trouble with sitting down, meditating, and associate yourself or accepting that there is another world. But if you're looking at tarot reading right now, it's not really a big issue, is it? Unless you sit here to gloat and make fun of the people doing tarot. Well, in that case, that is all your glory. That's all up to you what you do with your time, okay? These cards here, and I am here as a messenger, sitting here telling you that there is an issue here regarding planting your ass down. Take control over your mind, over your heart, over your soul, over your body. Be disciplined. And even when evolved, become a spiritual teacher or a guide, someone who can teach others how to take those steps a little bit further into becoming a higher being. What you know? Sounds cool, huh? So here we have 3 of strength. Clearly, this is not a heartbreak. Clearly, this is not someone who are waiting for someone. Clearly, this is not 3 people having fun. This is a lot more people having fun. And it's a very strong family. The strength here could be the love that is in between of them. So why is this an issue here, coming out as an obstacle? Do you have some issues regarding people around you? You don't resonate with them. I tell you, do not worry. Forgive yourself and forgive these people, for maybe this is someone here who are very insulting to you and they are disturbing your vibrational level, which you maybe have obtained with hard work. If these people are an issue to you, forgive them, forgive yourself. And I'm good so far that I say there's nothing to forgive, because if you really think you are the false self, it's like forgiving a child for doing stupid things because it's a child. Oh, I forgive you, little child. There's nothing to forgive. The child needs to learn that we do not do such things. Now, 9 of strength clearly shows that it has nothing to do with 9 of swords in regular tarot cards. Here we see someone who literally looks like they have conquered something. They seem very connected to each other. It seems like they just finished a really large sword. And the building they're standing right behind her, it really looks like she has a large halo behind her, which tells me that hard work, persistence, when it comes to what you do, although it's crossing you, it's hard work, discipline is part of the journey, and you have to love it. Find something that you love to do, and what you know. So this one is followed up by Ace of Coins. When you have mastered this journey, there will be a very large opportunity here from the world called 3D. Maybe you work in the nature if you want, but it is the same as Ace of Coins. Good job. Now let's have a small look at what happened in the past. I will notify you, I will not do the entire Celtic cross because time is a wasting. And yeah, really wasting. 2 of charisma. So instead of someone juggling with 2 of coins, we see here a woman with a lot of knowledge, a supernatural creature who is juggling with a small demon instead in the past. Some of you could have been involved with some dark energies, Ouija board, or tried to fiddle with some red dragon texts, or the Grand Grimoire, or Necronomicon and things like that. Don't look at me. I would never do such a thing in my entire life. Anyway, this is someone who seems to be in the control of a ship. It's like Mummy of Dragons or Mummy of Demons. It's 2 of charisma. 2 of charisma. What is charisma for? What do we need charisma for? Well, if you have a demon in front of you, you summon a demon, trust me, you want to have some charisma. You can scare it and say, do as I say, or I'll do this and this to you. Well, try to do that to someone else, force people or children or animals, force them into things they don't want to do. That is not charismatic, and they will be pissed off at you. And then what happens when you look in another direction? Ouch. Ouch. Excuse me, let me have a sip of some black bubbles. As I said before, also, all these cards here, if you want to play with them, all of them are followed up by a typical dungeon and dragon challenge, like, oh, a goblin is coming up to you and tells you, I have this ring, come with me, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. So if you want to play with these cards as well, that's why they are a little bit different, and you can use them as tarot, but clearly you have to, in my opinion, I would not do these cards as easy 3-4 years ago as I do them now, using the intuition, because I am now an enlightened master of puppets. Okay. Bubbles. Recent past that affected the situation that you are in right now. Someone are really holding on to that coin. Now, what do we have here? 9 of intelligence. Now that is quite interesting. So you see here, because we are surrounded by dark entities, by dark forces everywhere we go all the time. But they don't like the light. Some of them do. But you see what happened when bugs fly into a candle? Bzzz, they're not so smart. Some of them enjoy the light. Sometimes I personally enjoy going out and just get some sun in my face. Sometimes I shy the sun like a plague. Why? Okay. And same with these beasts. Some of them shy the light like a plague. Some of them love to have a piece of that light. It really depends on what kind of entity you are working with. Now this guy, you see that eye? It's like he's playing Qigong with it. Some of you have full control over your pineal gland and are ready to rock in the 5th dimension. But if you're going to rock in the 5th dimension, you better be in control of your emotions, because if you're not in control of emotions, especially the aggressive ones, you will actually harm entities that are so fragile you can't even imagine it. Think about it. You come from a planet with such high density that the human being alone, we are like woof, 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 like this. And so when we do see pictures of aliens who are really long and slender with long necks, it's a reason for it, because they come from areas that have a very, very low density field. And so when they walk, they're not, when we jump and land on the ground, it's like we are being sucked down, and boom. The gravity field here is, it's ouch, you know what I mean? We break our legs and shit. And so the entire body shape of a human is, kind of butch, just even for being female. But we do have more than one body. We live all the bodies, we live all the lives. We live thousands of lives at the same time, simultaneously. So you have many bodies, and one of them is this one, and it's really heavy, isn't it? So try to eat light. Anyway, we are going to move on to what is crowning your energy, that beautiful moonlight. I do have many creative names for you guys, don't I? Don't I? I think I'm a little bit high on being with my daughter these days. It's like, today spoiling her with treasures of silver, which we have pillaged down in India and everywhere. It's so wonderful to see your beloved ones smile from ear to ear, isn't it? And see them glimmer a little bit. Okay, so crowning the situation. Show me what is crowning. Really, it is very generous. Ooh, whoever we have, King of Charisma. Well, he needs to do something about that hair. Crowning the situation. Let's see. 8 of Strength. It seems to me that these people are approaching a very, another city. And I have a feeling they have some kind of news. Those news, since this reading is esoteric, could be of fire and could be pure downloading that you receive now, because the stars and the moons are really acting strange now these days. We are living in a time where things really change, okay? And it's time for you to boss up. Take care of your body, just like me, drinking Coke without sugar and eating chocolate for breakfast. Really boss up, taking care. And less worries, okay? Don't worry. Trust the universe. So there are messages here from the universe, and you download them all the time, but you're not aware of it because some of them are going straight down to the bin, which in reality is a treasure chest. It's the basement of your soul. It is your subconscious level. Boom. I think you want to have a look down there. 4 of Strength. This is the Nordic rune called Algis. So I would say that this is very brilliant. In so many ways, it has similarities to the 4 of Coins, to the 4 of Wands, where people are uniting forces, and not 4 of Coins, but these two, joining strength and making a fundament together. All races, whoever they are, demons, trolls, golden people, blue people, green people, who gives a shit? But Algis is all about strength and protection. And you work together instead of working against each other, because your false self wants to show the other one that, oh my God, I'm so special. We are all special. We are all made unique. No one are identical. Focus on that part. You are needed and loved just like anyone else. So here you are building a really strong fundament for you to raise your awareness. And when you have people around you with the same goal, who prefers to love you in contradiction to judge you, you have raised really far up in the Kabbalistic system. Because we live in the kingdom, also known as Malkuth. But this side and this side, there is a difference between judging people and loving them unconditional. Now, if you feel that you need to judge people all the time, where do you think you are? And who do you think you are? Who made you a judge, right? And then after that, label people. When you know very well, you should know by now that all of you, you're God, all of you God. So here we have the Hangman. This is basically Christ consciousness. Some of you are already understanding that this is the suffering I need to take in order to gain the last part of my enlightenment. I don't know if this is the suffering we go through as humans on earth in general, and sometimes we after some time understand that suffering and pleasure is actually the same thing, not as I've said it probably before, something Marquis de Sade or something like that. It has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with how your brain is programmed. So here you are, popping up as Queen of Wisdom. What gender you are does not matter. This energy is with you, crowning you. This was a very beautiful read. I love you for this. Thank you for letting me do this, Great Spirit. Thank you for letting me share this with my beautiful people. 6 of Coins. Everyone wants this to be about charity, Libra, and all this. I have said it to you before, and I say it to you again. If you have a look at behind the deck here, you see something familiar. And I'm not sure you can see it so clear there. If you see the shape on each side of this one, is it a 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is a 5. Okay, so put one more point. You have the hexagram. This is actually a hexagram. And Aleister Crowley understood this because maybe he was evil, but he was also intelligent, believe it or not. But I didn't think that evil and intelligence could go hand in hand, but he understood that the hexagram is all about taking something from the spirit world, pulling it down through a bridge. I've talked about that bridge before. You could see it symbolized on the Norman card as the aqueduct, because sometimes this bridge is actually water. Water is a bridge between the two worlds. Same goes for ether. Okay, so in order for you to manifest something from one world to another, into, this world is slow. Things are going slow. You cannot put time pressure on the universe. You cannot have any expectations, but you have gifts. If I am an excellent chef and you have your confidence in that, that's what you are. And you can also be an excellent cooker when regarding manifesting things from that other side, or what is behind the wheel, into this side of the world. There is a reason certain kind of monks, they sit on their ass all day. A little bit of exercise, a little bit of food, and the rest of the day they sit there and they manifest their reality. Cool, huh? That is pretty cool. Now let's check a possible outcome. It's only a possible outcome because the moment you see it, you have the ability to change it. If you don't like it, change it. If you like it, well, how could you not like this? It looks pretty scary, but this is someone called Temperance. We know Temperance as Sagittarius energy, elevated in Scorpio, esoteric energy. And as you can see here, the Scorpio energy, even Capricorn energy, is coming much closer because there are energies behind him who is trying to disturb him and scare him off his path. But he has reached a level where he has everything under control. He is a master alchemist. You see, he's sitting in a perfect yogic position, and the screams from the demons and people, demons hide in people also, they do not affect him at all because he is now exactly where he's supposed to be. He reached that level. So I'd say, hooray, hooray. Seriously, hooray. So let's see what kind of card. Okay. So one challenge that you might get is that someone might try to deceive you. There will be a test from the dark side who will try maybe to knock you off your specific, try to, because everything that is outside of you is a distraction. We should really look inside as much as possible and get our exercise, of course. Yoga. We also have the Emperor, Archangel Michael here as a emperor, in this case, archangel, whatever. It is a guardian here who is making sure that as long as your intention and your work is done as an honest, nice little individual, you have the protection of a very, very powerful angel. What can be better than that? Now let's have a small look at the people who are in your surroundings, who might try to knock you out of your space and the spiritual discipline that you have. Or, guys, I'm thinking, should I color my hair pink-ish? Feel free to comment below if you think I should color my hair pinkish. Please do say yes. Many of you guys know me. And you do have 5 minutes for me, don't you? Okay, I think this is the last one we have for you today. You have the devil. And we know what that is. Someone are toxic to you, something is toxic to you. It's a lower vibration. It's the snake that is below your feet. This is the snake that not yet have reached the level where it's ready to rise around your kundalini. The devil. No, it's not a man with stupid horns on his head. That's an ancient pagan fertilizer god. Queen of charisma. It seems to me that many of you might attract a lot of beautiful things this summer, and you don't seem too affected by the devil here, but know that the wine he makes do taste good. Everything is about the golden path. If you know what the golden path really is, please do leave me a comment below. It is the Tao, is the equilibrium, is the one that makes you keep the focus. This world, in the end, well, we came here to have fun, but if we are going to ascend or to vibrate correctly, well, we need to practice a little bit. If you want to run or learn how to ride a bike, you need practice, right? Same goes for spirituality and raising your vibrations. Here we have 6 of charisma. So this might be some people outside of you who wants to talk to you. And if if I'm going to be honest with you, these people doesn't seem to me like someone you really want to hang out with on a daily basis if you want to become 110 spiritual. These are someone who wants to play poker, drink, talk about the weather, ha 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 ha, and then I kicked his face, blah blah blah. You see the type. These are demons, dwarves, bread. They could be good people. They could be good people. But they are still stuck in 3D. But they are outside of you, okay? So one thing you have here is that there is a large monster out there who is called just strength, okay? And that strength says in this situation that it is outside of you. And you need to somehow conquer that beast. You also have a similar beast inside of you, and you need to conquer that beast inside of you as well. Outside of you, I don't know. Could a mouse defeat a dragon with a toothpick? I don't know. I seriously don't know. There are mysteries to this world. I don't really have the answer for everything. I'm stupid as fuck. I don't know nothing. I have to read the cards. I have to read the cards to bring you the message from the universe. That is how stupid I am. Yeah. This guy's got 7 of wisdom. Would that be 7 of cups? No, because that's an illusion. Is it 7 of coins? Could be, but this guy seems far more concentrated and satisfied than having 7 of coins. Is it 7 of swords? No, he's not stealing anything. He's manifesting something, just like this guy. So what are we left with then? 7 of wands. No, he's not defending himself. Do you see him in a fight? No, he's manifesting something. And it could be connected to the crown chakra. Right behind him, there is a very large monster-like fish. That could have something to do with the story. Note that he's also a dwarf, and dwarfs really are masters when it comes to carving things out in rocks and mountains. Okay, but this is 7 of wisdom. This is someone who is very wise. So I say that, I'm giving you different I'm giving you different messages here and different kinds of where to go, what to do. And we can bring it even further. But we are now on the brink of changing the reality. You know, we might, in 10 years, we might sit and say the same thing, but I am pretty sure that in 10 years, my consciousness, although I sound the same, I look the same, I know that my consciousness is going to be very, very different, because every 5 and 10 years, my consciousness, my awareness is changing from one thing to something completely unrecognizable. It is only those who are close to me in my family, they don't see the difference, because they only, oh, that is Annette. They call me Annette. So they see this from their own expectations. They don't see those other sides of me where I chant, where I see things they cannot see, right? So to some people you will be, you know, that awkward little thing or whatever. But that isn't your problem. That is their problem. Because the day they too will have their awareness in place, that is the day they will also see you. They will look you in the eyes and they will see, oh, good God, you're not just that stupid fool who make daddy jokes. You really are something else. And you guys, if you are connected to this channel, sometimes we wonder, that crush I have, are they crushing back? Right? Are those people who recently attacked me for, I don't know, I'm not sure what I did, I need to find out. Are they going to attack me again? It's nice to have the cards as advisors, because they also provide you with wisdom. Okay? But we need to have certain gaps in between the reads where we are taking a good look at our own evolvement regarding our own soul, our own awareness. And we need to constantly learn how to detach ourselves from the false self. Okay? Because he will tempt you, and I wouldn't underestimate him. He represents the emptiness. We need to have the emptiness in order to define existence. We need to have black in order to define white. That is the yin and yang, guys. Well, this was different. This was very esoteric. I think it was a wonderful read, because lately I started to meditate much more. And when I realized that, wow, you can manifest like that, actually I find yoga and meditation more and more interesting. I love you so much, every and each and one of you, even those of you who hate me to the core of your bones. I love you. I forgive you. In reality, there's nothing to forgive. And guys, I catch you on the flip side.